Good morning, 7H. It's day 21 of home learning. Hopefully you're chilling under a palm tree just like me. Let's get things started with our First Nations Treaty Acknowledgement. Bloom North School is located on the original lands of the Anishinaabe, Cree, Oji-Cree, Dakota, and Dene people, and on the homeland of the Métis Nation. We respect the treaties that were made on these territories, we acknowledge the harms and mistakes of the past, and we dedicate ourselves to move forward in partnership with Indigenous communities in a spirit of reconciliation and collaboration. 7H Treaty of Respect. We are 7H. Today we will respect ourselves, respect each other, and respect our environment. We will celebrate our differences and work hard for equality in our classrooms. We aren't perfect. We can learn from the past, learn from our mistakes, and protect each other in the future. Think of others, talk kindly to ourselves, our classmates, our principals, our teachers, our EAs, our secretaries, our librarian, our custodians, and our students. Encourage, collaborate, include. Stay organized, ask for help, offer help, be a role model, strive for a good reputation, make someone's day better, leave our environment in better shape than how we found it. We are 7H. All right, so let's continue on our road trip. What's happening today is we're moving on to road trip part B. If you've completed part A, that's great. If you haven't, that's all right. Keep moving through the assignments and you'll get to the part A of road trip and you can start the planning. For those of you who are ready, moving on to part B, now we're going to plan out each city, okay? One day for each city. So today you're planning for city 1, whichever the first city is that you are going to visit. You all have different routes. Some of you have the same, some of you have something different, that's fine. Follow the route that you submitted yesterday, and that's the first city that you're going to plan for. Remember, when you're tracking, it starts from when you leave the last city until when you are going to leave the next city. So for today, what you are planning for is all of the costs from leaving Bloom North, arriving in your city 1, staying in city 1, all of the food and accommodations and different visits that you make there. That's all included in your budget, okay? So please review the budget that was identified in your road trip tracker that Miss Fast and I did for Los Angeles. It gives you a really good example of how we did each step. You need to follow it just like that. You need to include your accommodations, a link to where you're going to stay, and you need to include all of the food that you're going to eat. And remember, there's 4 people, 3 meals a day. Remember to include your gas. You need to figure out your gas, how far you drove, and how many times you needed to fill up, and what that cost would be like. All of that information is in the instructions. Carefully read the instructions, please. I don't mind answering questions, but when I get questions from people about an assignment before they've actually read through the instructions, that gets a little bit frustrating. So please, 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 part of this whole situation is practicing reading instructions, and that is going to be very helpful for you moving forward in your life. So before you start asking me questions about every little step, please read through the instructions. Things are all spelled out there for you. You should be able to answer all of your questions just by looking at the document, the example, and all of the instructions. For food, is it going to be groceries that you're buying? Are you stopping at different restaurants all the time? For accommodations, are you going to be in hotels, motels? Are you going to camp? Are you going to stay at Airbnb? Look up all of those things. It's important that you make your budget reasonable. You can't just make a sky-high budget so that there's no way that you're going to go over it, and you don't want to make it too slim so it's going to be really hard to stay under it. Be reasonable. Round out your numbers, make good solid estimations, use all the things that you can find online. Prices are all available for you. Remember, for accommodations, you have to stay somewhere. You can't just sleep in your car to save money. All right, that's it for road trip today. And then there is just, again, I'd like you to spend about 20 minutes in Khan Academy on our rates, ratios, and percentages unit. That is going to be finished on May 1st, which is this Friday. And that is all for today from me. Check in your social studies and science classrooms. Make sure that you've got those assignments. And if you haven't shared stuff with me, please start sharing stuff with me. Today's question is, your favorite beverage. I think you can all probably guess mine. Dark roast, extra large, 2 cream. What's your favorite drink? Okay, miss you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.